This is Juz 14. I am not perfect and I am human and I make mistakes. This is my sincere attempt to summarize the 14th Juz of the Quran in a calm and gentle story format that is easy to listen to and easy to understand. I ask for patience and grace. The story continues by turning the heart toward awareness, humility, and responsibility. At this stage of the journey, the message becomes very clear and direct. It speaks about how people respond to truth once it is known and how arrogance, denial, or gratitude shape the direction of a life. God begins by reminding humanity that guidance has come again and again through clear messages. Messengers were sent speaking the language of their people so that truth would not be distant or confusing. Yet even when the message was clear, many still chose to turn away. Not because they did not understand, but because understanding required change. The story speaks about how people react when truth challenges their pride. Some mock it, some argue against it, some delay accepting it, hoping they can enjoy life without accountability for a little longer. God explains that delaying truth does not remove consequences, it only postpones awareness. God reminds people that He is fully aware of every soul. He knows what is spoken openly and what is hidden in the heart. Nothing is lost or forgotten, even intentions are known. This reminder is meant to create honesty within the soul, not fear alone. When a person knows they are seen, they live with greater care and purpose. The narrative then turns to the nature of this world. God explains that worldly life is temporary and deceptive. It can feel permanent when someone is comfortable, but it fades quickly. Wealth, power, and beauty all pass. People are warned not to mistake comfort for approval or hardship for rejection. Life is a test, not a reward in itself. God contrasts two kinds of people. One group listens, reflects, and responds with humility. When reminded, their hearts soften. When corrected, they adjust. The other group hears but does not truly listen. Their hearts resist change. They see reminders as threats instead of mercy. Over time, this resistance hardens them. The story speaks about accountability on the day of return. On that day, people will see their actions clearly. Excuses will fall away. No one will carry the burden of another. Each soul will face what it earned. This scene is not meant to terrify, but to awaken the heart while there is still time to choose. God reminds people that He does not wrong anyone. Every punishment is preceded by warning. Every consequence follows persistent choice. Mercy is always offered before accountability arrives. Loss only comes after truth is repeatedly rejected. The narrative then shifts toward reassurance for believers. God reminds them that rejection of truth is painful, but it is not new. Messengers before were rejected, mocked, and accused. This rejection did not mean the message was weak. It meant hearts were closed. Believers are encouraged to remain patient and sincere without bitterness. God speaks about reliance. True reliance does not mean abandoning effort. It means doing what is right while trusting God with outcomes. People are reminded that guidance of hearts is not in human hands. Responsibility is to convey truth with wisdom and compassion. The story then turns again to creation. God invites people to reflect on the sky, the earth, the wind, and the rain. Life emerges from what appears lifeless. Balance exists everywhere. These signs are constant reminders that nothing exists without purpose. Those who reflect find clarity. Those who ignore drift aimlessly. God warns against false security. Some people assume that because consequences are delayed, they will never come. God explains that delay is not neglect, it is patience. When accountability arrives, it arrives with certainty. The narrative speaks about humility. People are reminded that knowledge, strength, and success are gifts, not guarantees. Arrogance blinds the heart and leads to loss. Humility keeps the heart open and protected. God then addresses those who deny resurrection. They question how life can return after death. God responds by pointing to creation itself. The one who created life from nothing can restore it again. This reminder invites reflection rather than argument. The story continues by emphasizing truthfulness. God condemns lying about Him, distorting guidance, or misleading others knowingly. Speaking falsely about God is described as a grave wrongdoing because it misguides hearts and harms societies. The Juz speaks gently about repentance. No matter how far someone has gone, the door remains open. Turning back sincerely wipes away what came before. God's mercy is not limited by human mistakes. The narrative then addresses patience again. Patience is described as strength that holds the heart steady during confusion and delay. Those who remain patient are promised a good end, even if they do not see it immediately. God reassures believers that He is near. He hears prayers, He sees struggles. Silence does not mean absence. Delay does not mean rejection. Every sincere call is heard. As the Jews moves toward its close, God reminds humanity that guidance has been made clear. The choice now belongs to each person. No one is forced. No one is abandoned without warning. Life is meaningful because choice exists. The Jos ends with a calm reminder of balance. Fear without hope leads to despair. Hope without accountability leads to carelessness. Faith lives between the two. Awareness of God's justice and trust in His mercy keep the heart upright. In this way, Juz 14 continues shaping the inner compass of the soul. It teaches awareness, humility, patience, and responsibility. It reminds the listener that this world is temporary, truth is clear, and mercy is always near. And it reassures the heart that God is just, patient, and deeply aware of every sincere effort, guiding those who seek Him honestly toward clarity, peace, and a meaningful return.